Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this webinar on entrepreneurship, tech-enabled businesses, and tech startup. It's great meeting you tonight. This is where entrepreneurship will be demystified, and tech-enabled businesses and tech startup will be decoded. The business dynamics behind them will be exposed. While waiting for other people to join us in tonight's webinar, please, I want us to take a few minutes to look at this calculation on board. We want to learn something valuable from it. Let's say you are collecting 100,000 naira as salary every single day. How long will it take you to make 1 billion naira? It will take you 10,000 days. So that days, we want to know what it will be in years. When you divide it by 365, 27.4, that is 27 years, 150 days. And we know that in business is possible within 10 years, maybe like 2% that will be able to make 100,000 if their yearly income is divided into days. That's why Yoruba will say, iṣẹ́ rèé ọmọ aláṣẹ jẹ, òwò rèé ọmọ aláṣẹ là. That is, a true businesses that or entrepreneurship that you can become truly wealthy. But salary is for you to eat and have little over. That is the meaning of that statement, which is valid with the calculation that we just did this evening. Especially when you talk about tech startup, the result you can get is just mind-blowing if it becomes successful. The success rate is low. That's why you need to know the dynamics behind tech startup. Like there is this money point, somebody invested $150,000. At the end of 6 years, they cash out $8 million. That can only be possible in tech startup. So it's mind-blowing the result one can get in tech startup, but you have to know the business dynamics behind it. Now we are going into the webinar proper. Go and take your pen and writing pad. You will truly gain something valuable from this webinar. And please, in the course of the webinar, there are some things that I might skip that we want to talk about later. When I say this is later, write it down so we can talk about it at the end of the this webinar. So we are going directly into it. Entrepreneurship. That's where we are starting from. Entrepreneurship is following business opportunity with little or no money. This is the simplest definition I've ever come across. But as simple as it is loaded with value. Or else the entrepreneurship journey will be very tedious. So let's define the controversial part of it. There is a part that we say with little or no money. When people believe every now and then when they talk about business is money, everybody will say is the issue. Somebody now is now saying with little or no money. How can you start a business? Let's say a business worth 20 million and maybe everything you have on you is 1 million. Don't panic. First, itemize every single thing. Call them by name that is involved in the business. Is it delivery van you need? Is it warehouse? Write it down. Is it office space? Write them down and itemize them. Then we want to see how we want to use little or no money to achieve it. One, we will learn about bootstrapping later, but before we go there, there are ways of doing it. First, look at the items critically and see those ones that you have already existing personal resources that you have already. Strike them out. That's number one. Then things that you can have alternatives for, like instead of office space, you can use your living room to start a business. There is a law firm that started from sitting room, and the outcome of the law firm, nobody knew that it was from sitting room that is started. The owner is the one that is presenting himself as secretary when on phone. The chamber lawyer is the driver, is everything at the start from living room. and nobody will know. So that is alternative. You give the alternatives too. Do you understand? When you strike those ones out too, then you can look at other items there. That what are other items that you can get from other people resources, not necessarily other people's money. It can be their expertise, it can be physical resources. Do you understand? Look at them too, strike those ones out too. Then when you strike it out like that, look at them critically for days. Go and sleep over them again. By the time you might see some that will fall into the three categories we have talked about before. Now, when it now remain the one that you must use money for, leave it like that. Now use a strategy called timed execution. Timed execution. You know, when you want to build house, it's not the same day that you do foundation, that you do the body, and you do the roofing and the finishing. So you have to time it. That little money, you use it to do the foundation of the business that you have. Over time, other resources might come into your hand. Then you'll be executing it as they are coming. Another controversial part is following business opportunity. When people will think idea is not the greatest need. What you need to follow is opportunity. Over time, we will talk about it. And what is opportunity? Opportunity is made up of two things: time and chance. What is chance? We all know time. Chance is an occurrence or existence with benefit loaded in it, but it can contain potential risk. So now you are the one to take advantage of ripe opportunity. Ripe opportunity, not just saying that idea. There is a tech businessman in Nigeria, Stanley AK, that owns Zynos. There was a time he said in 1995 he wanted to start an e-commerce site, which was legendary at that time, but he failed. He employed of expatriate from Microsoft to come and manage the business in Nigeria, but the time wasn't right for e-commerce. You don't have payment gateways as we have it, no payment option, no delivery company like this, no cheap option of social media marketing, all these things that then if you even supply a good to a customer, you have to wait there maybe like 2 hours until the person return from bank. If the person will even transfer to your account, it's a tedious process. You have to be there. So in 1995, it was not ripe. So it's not all about idea. It's about taking advantage of opportunity that the time is ripe. We'll see more as we go on, and we'll debunk that idea is the greatest need, but following ripe opportunity. Hope you are learning something. Please, if you are learning something new, please say I'm learning something new. Help me write it in the comment section. You are in for a wonderful learning experience tonight. I know you still be wondering that who is this person behind this voice. I will still come alive so that you will see me on board, but I don't want to be distracted. That's why I prefer it through the screen. Now, one of the ways of achieving the little or no money part of entrepreneurship is bootstrapping. What is bootstrapping? Bootstrapping is a method of starting a business by using existing personal resources, no external funding at start. No external funding. You become innovative like we have explained. Another thing we need to know that money is a subset of finance. What we need to start a business is finance, not necessarily money. Like the other time that we analyzed 20 million, that you need 20 million. When you strike out the method we use, maybe what you finally need is 5 million or even less. Like in my own example, there was a time I wanted to start a business. 14 items were involved. I ponder over them, which one is existing. I struck it out. This. When I use the process like that, it remains like 5. I now slept over it, thinking about it for days, and I found out that 3 of them can also fit into those one that I've trucked out that I have personalization, I can get it from somebody for a while. So at the end of it reduced to only two that I actually needed money to buy. It reduced to only two out of 14 items. So this is way of saying that money is all these things are finance too. If you use your personal sitting room to do your business, you are finance your business. If you use your existing lorry to carry or van to carry something, is a finance. But even if you use your sweat equity, your expertise, normally you would have paid for somebody to do it. That one you are financing too. Money is now a subset of finance, and businesses are also about deals. It doesn't have to involve money. It's about this what I'm offering, this what the person is offering. If there is agreement, then you are already in business. In the course of the webinar tonight, we will see more how we can use less money to achieve our dream. These are types of business opportunity. There are like 5 of them, but in this webinar, we want to learn two. One is supply side opportunity. The other one is demand side opportunity. Supply side opportunity is opportunity, let's say you have good on ground. You have a deposit, let's say you have a mineral resources in your area, you have gold, you have columbite, or you have idea to produce something that it will sell. Maybe you have even done your research and all those stuff, and you know that this thing will sell. You have made it on ground and you want to sell it. So you are now looking for buyer. That is supply side of opportunity. You have the supply on ground. There is also demand side opportunity. Demand side opportunity is that people actually requested that we need this thing. You might not have it or you may have it, but the request precede the supply. So one is better than the other. Supply side or demand side, which one is better? Demand side is far better than supply side. That's why a marketing guru, Seth Godin, said, don't look for customers for your business. Look for business for your customers. The demand has been made, then you supply. That's what he's saying. Do you know why? Because there are a lot of advantages to that. You don't need to have the supply on ground that you are carrying costs. You have warehouse that you are servicing. There are good loaded that you are looking for somebody to buy. You might not get the people to buy it from experience, which I will tell you. Other advantage, just in time production. You are producing it and they are demanding it. Do you understand? Because demand that come out before supply, you can even request for upfront payment. You can use supplier finance. When they supply you, I will pay you within 4 or 5 days. But when you present the LPO to them that this the purchasing order is, and you do the arrangement, and you'll be able to take advantage of that type of opportunity. But when it's supply side, you cannot use too much of supplier finance. Will you go and store something for days or years that you don't know when the customer will eventually come? So it might not really work like the demand side opportunity. That's why that definition of entrepreneurship, following opportunities. So you follow opportunity that are demand side, that you don't need to have all these things in your head that you have to have warehouse, you have to produce ahead of time. You'll be able to manage your resources. You might not even staff your companies when you need production, that you call on people that are available. So it makes things very cheap and streamline your organization. Your carrying cost will be next to nothing. From experience too, in furniture or business, apart from consultancy, there was a particular time, I think in 2015, somebody called me that I should help them sell one type of furniture. It took me to the house and Shogunle in Lagos, Nigeria here, and 4 bedroom flat of three bedroom flats each. One of the flat was occupied by human being, but the rest, the 3 other flats, were loaded with one type of furniture, and it had been there for 5 years before then. When it's okay, we can sell this thing. It's possible we sell it. When they told me the price, I know that this is hard to sell. So I asked, what is the reason behind the price? And the owner reside in US, that he made it from China. So he stipulated they should make it US standard, and they first exported it to US. From US, he now imported it to Nigeria, added to the cost of the furniture. And another thing is that it's now 5 years. The furniture is getting out of fashion at that particular time. All the people that I took it to, they could not stock it because it was too expensive. So why don't you study the ground, know what people are buying, that they are even requesting ahead of time, hot market that people are ready to drop their money before you even make supply. Such businesses are available. Why not take advantage of that opportunity? Don't say you have idea. This man's has idea that this will sell in Nigeria. These are means that you will see that you can follow opportunity. Don't say passion. Don't say I have self-generated idea that is not tested in the market. You can see that I promise you that there are wonderful learning experience in tonight's webinar. Please, if you are learning something new, help me write it in the comments section. That fire on. Please encourage me to expose more of this business knowledge. This slide will take us from entrepreneurship into tech-enabled businesses and tech startup. We have already said it earlier that idea is not the most important success factor in entrepreneurship and tech startup. There is an incubation center in US called Idea Lab. The founder even said that he himself believed before that idea is the greatest success factor in businesses. So he did a study to find out what are the critical success factor of businesses and especially tech startup. They did it with a range of tech startup or ventures, and at the end of the study, they find out that there are 5 critical things that are important, what I call IBTTF: idea, business model, team and execution, timing and funding. When they find out, the man said to his shock, the idea came third. He thought idea is the most important thing in tech startup. They found out that the most important is timing of the business coming to life is the most important factor to be successful. Timing is very important. That's why we talk about the person that wanted to start e-commerce in Nigeria in 1995. The ecosystem wasn't available to support the business. Without talking about the timing and other success factor, it might not really work. Timing is very important. You will agree with me that during COVID-19 that everybody was at home, that the messaging app, all this Telegram, WhatsApp and the rest of them, they skyrocketed in value. Why? Because the usage was out of this world. Even offices, they were operating on that type of platform, and everything skyrocketed in value. That is the timing. Timing bring out opportunities. So businesses picked at particular time. How you will take advantage of that timing is part of the study in this webinar. Please write it down. We are going to talk about that one at the end of the webinar. If you are learning anything new or you know that it's worth the time, please help me write in the comment section that I'm learning something. Turn the ring light on. I'm coming now. I'm coming to board. Turn the ring light on. Good evening once again, everyone. This is the voice you have been hearing all this while. I'm just coming online so that you can see me now. Welcome once again. We want to study the nature of tech startup. It has particular nature, business dynamics behind tech startup, and that's what we want to learn here. So a story is told of two different company that in a particular town they say they have water problem, that how should they go about it. So the first company went to work and bought a lot of lorries carrying water from one river to supplying the people. Another company, instead of doing that, invested in building dams, after that water treatment, and lay pipes all around the city, to the commercial property, to the domestic property. This is their business model. This is the first one. From here goes like this, and like this here. This we can say is old model of business for the first one that went to work with lorries supplying homes, and it gets results, financial results. So the financial result, because the company wants to grow, so not every financial result will turn to profit. This is profit, but the rest of the financial result is looped back into the system. So the business is growing, it's given more financial result. As it's given more financial result or profit, they are routing it back. So they are doing that every day, and they were making their money. But the other business model, we will call the new or modern business model, did another thing. Instead of going to market directly, he first did the dam for years, and now let's say modern model of business. The former one rely on manpower, a lot of staff are involved, but this one depend on system and processes, more of system and processes. It laid pipe for years. So over the years, when they supposed to be making money, they now said for another 2 years that they are going to give it free of charge to everybody, the water free of charge for the next 2 years. So now, instead of having financial results, they are having non-financial results. Non-financial results, like how many homes they are able to reach. So they were reaching people, and people are enjoying it because they are not paying anything. So the former one that have been in business for 2 years ahead of them begin to lose ground, and this one begin to gain ground. That is what we call land grabbing. Is part of the monetization strategy in tech startup. You have to grab a lot of land from previous something. How do you grab land? Is that you give it for free for everybody to use over time. So the people that they used to collect money, they be losing their ground. Apart from that, it depends on system and processes. They lay pipe to everywhere. So there are some things that the former customer they will need tank to actually collect the water from the lorries before they can be able to use it. But this one, because it's just in time, as you need the water, you can go and open your tap. So that is what you call disruption. It's not only affecting the other competitor that are using lorry, it's also affecting other industry like the pipe something. Before those one, they will need to treat their water. So you don't need the treatment again, that they done for you, system and processes. So for years, for like 2 years, they said they are not collecting anything, they have grabbed the ground. So what they are doing then is building strategic values over time and grabbing the land from the previous business. So the previous business lost out. These are the strategic value built over time. We can say 4 of them, like investors value. There is customer value. There is brand value and competitive value. These are the things they are building over time. They are racking it up, whereas the other one are lost out in the next 4 years, because this one, for the next 2 years they are just giving it for free. So they have built all this value. So as a tech startup, this is what you're supposed to build, or modern business. How do you build them? Is by focusing very well on customer. You have to be customer centric. Over the years, all these things, as you are building in this one, other ones will be growing. You have to also be deliberate about building your brand value. I will explain. This is modern way of doing the business. So these are what they are getting over the 4 years, just pushing it out. Talking technical now. This WhatsApp, we know this is how they operated for years. They are not collecting anything. You and I, we are using it. Over the years, they were just customer centric. They are racking up customers. That you have Telegram, they are not the only messaging app you have around, but others are not being used every day like WhatsApp. They were just focusing on certifying the customer. In fact, to build this customer value, the owner of Amazon, when they asked him the innovations coming out, he said we don't have specific innovation they want to do. That what they want to do is build customer value in the sense that they want to deliver faster, they want it cheaper, and they want greater reach, that the list of what they have is increasing every now and then. That's what customer wants. Once you are able to be customer centric, that's what you focus on, that will build your innovation, not just innovation out of it because people do things just for its sake. So over years, this is how WhatsApp was operating. That when they sold WhatsApp to Facebook in 2014, it was sold at $19 billion. This is a company that cannot boast of $100 million of revenue. But because they have been building customer values over the years, they have been building, so the investors can see the Facebook, they saw it that these ones are building customer values. Every customers are using it. You and I, everybody has WhatsApp on their phone. So, and why did they make it such is that when you come to startup, you should not focus on your product. This is the product I'm giving out and people have to pay for it. The money now, the new oil is data. The data you are collecting, that you are storing up, your penetration, your reach, your daily usage. That do people use you every day, or they just use you once in a while? Like Telegram, some people might not use it in a month, but WhatsApp, hardly will you see anybody that will not use WhatsApp within 1 or 2 hours. So that is the data they are building. Once you are building the data, you are building it over time. That is where the money is now. Do you understand? That is how WhatsApp operated then. Let's go further into the nature of tech startup. We have seen the modern model of business. That doesn't mean every business must operate like that, that you will not have revenue, that you just want to be grabbing land, because these people have money to keep pushing it and they pay them. There is no way they will spend even 1 billion over the years of operating it before Meta bought it from them at 19 billion. So what are we saying? That don't focus, I must just have the money, people must bring revenue. That is not the nature of tech startup. That's why the banks are failing in fintech. You have to wait, let people use it for a very long time. They will be used to it. That you have a lot of data. Facebook has a lot of data that even countries don't have, and this is what they are trading with. So now talking about tech startup, the nature, this is it. We told you they are very heavy on system and processes. Then you come here, you have non-financial results like daily usage of your tech startup. You have other data that you have to your penetration rate, your growth rate, the actual growth. All these value, once you are customer centric and you are building it, investors are taking track. It's not necessary that how much revenue you have. They know that over time you will still monetize it. Now you said you want to monetize it now, that maybe the premium, like the water something we said, if they monetize it now, they now said the commercial building they should be paying. That's what tech will do, that the premium service you pay for it, it be free for normal residential building. So this is the financial result, direct financial result that they are getting. But this one, the nature of tech startup is sure that sometimes you might not even make direct financial result at all. That this one that you have been building, the rate of growth, the daily usage, and all those stuff that the investors are seeing. We told you of WhatsApp. They sold $19 billion, but they can't boast of 100 million in revenue. They are now getting direct financial results by monetizing it on the premium side. Do you understand? To everybody. That's how you sell directly to the customer. Now, nature of tech startup, I told you earlier, all these values they are building, they can monetize it. Like now, financial result, all these you are built, you can now monetize it and still get financial result out of it, which is called derivative financial result. You are deriving it from this one, derivative financial result. So this one and this one will now bring the final financial result. The direct financial result from what you are producing, that you are premium, the other one you can say free, just to build this, be building it, penetration, daily usage. When you are building daily usage and anybody can use it, you are penetrating the market. You now say they should pay for the premium. The premium is the direct financial result. How do you make money out of this? This one, we told you, WhatsApp doesn't even have this. But this, when Facebook saw it that they have all these things, they went for it, bought it at $19 billion. So you can build up this one, but you can still make money. This one, derivative financial result. How do you make it? Like Facebook, we don't pay for the connectivity, but some people are paying for adverts on it because of the land they have grabbed. Billions of people on Facebook. So when you need certain type of people, you tell them that a certain type of people that you need, and they will pull it out for you. You'll be able to advertise to them. That's how they make their money. Is derivative financial results they are using, not the direct financial result that you must pay to be on the platform. You and I, we don't pay anything. That's why banks, they don't, or like I said earlier, they want to get their money on time. But this one, you might have MVP that might run like 10 years for free, like that WhatsApp, and you are not making anything yet. The value is increasing. The valuation, when they valued 19 billion in 2014, have been like 100 billion now. And they are not making real money as supposed to be. They are just giving it all for free. This is how to do it. Advertise. You have CapCut. You have all this app on your phone that you use free of charge. But because of advertisement that is coming there, that's how they are making the money, and sometimes make their money from premium or sales, but most of it is free mom for you and I. So now that is the financial part of it. Let's go technical here. You know all this data that we are talking about. There are ways to improve it as you are looping the financial result. Not every financial result will turn to profit. They will still loop some back into the business. This arrow is coming like this to their business. So some will come as profit. Also this area, non-financial results, there is looping, that you loop it back. You want to make the data better, so they refine the data. That's why you have what is called analytic. You loop it back, all the data. That's why Facebook, you can ask them the type of people you want, the age, the demography, and everything. They will give it to you because there is analytic that will bring out what you have. That is the nature of tech startup, that you need to loop it back. This is why regenerative AI. Why are they calling it regenerative? Correcting itself over time. They loop it back. That is the work of analytics and every other thing. So over times, you have to loop back all this data into the system to make it better. And the good thing about this, we talked about brand value earlier, about having this in large volume, is that let's say you are starting another company. You are not starting from ground zero. Let's say there is a competitor that wants to start maybe AI, like Meta AI now. They are not starting from zero. All our information on Facebook and all these things are being fed into their AI, so it will be much more superior than somebody that is starting from nothing, that need to get information to get into the system in the first place. So you know, they have what they call trade on Facebook now. They are not looking for customer from beginning. It's the customer of Facebook that they like reflecting into the into that one. That's how you can gain brand value. This one will make you grow. So don't focus on I must make money when you want to do tech startup. What you need is to grab a lot of information. Data is the new oil. How you are able to use the data, how you are able to leverage on the data to start another company. They can sell your information and you might not know, or that one is not ethical. But using it for something like Meta AI or trade is not out of place. It's how tech you grow. Is grabbing a lot of people. Even if you are into fintech, you have to have a lot of customers, that when banks are saying COT charge you for alert and something like that, the fintech are not doing that. Is to get a lot of people to use it. When they get a lot of people to use it, you give your money to them free, and that money can be used to do something else. Data is the new oil. That, like the one we talked about earlier, business that started with pump, they are grabbing customer from the one that are with lorry, the old model of business and modern model of business. So the people, enough of people you get on your system at early stage is what matters. Then later on, you can now be monetizing it, saying maybe the commercial building should be paying you. Then you go to the residential. That's how you make money in fintech. You have to have analytic that then loop it back into the system, make the information better. Regenerative, that is self-correcting. You are correcting it, you are making it better. That's what you will now sell. That's how you get other strategic value, that you have customer value, you are customer centric. Once you are customer centric, you have competitive value already, and the investors are taking track. This business is going, it's having traction over time. That's what you will sell, instead of relying that we have revenue that is very big. Now they want to see real traction. Once they are able to see traction, they know the money will come in future. It's not necessarily now. They will now look for way of monetizing it. When you are starting your tech startup, focus on usage. Then how you monetize it, you can now think of it later. That is nature of tech startup. Thank you for staying this far. I told you I'm coming. Welcome back again. I told you that you have a lot to learn from this webinar tonight. You can see what we have already achieved, and we are not done yet. You might be wondering that you are not actually a tech startup per se. Let's say you are just a tech-enabled business. How can all these things be useful to you? This is what I want to major on now. You don't need to be a tech startup per se, but adopt the culture of tech startup. We are going to see it in 3 different ways. Number 1, we have established similarities between modern businesses and tech startup, that they are both heavy in system and processes, but they are light in activities. Let's try to minimize activities doing all over and over again and be system and process oriented. How will you do that? Is that you have to document all your processes. That is, you have templates for all your business processes. You can have operational templates. You can have marketing template. You can have HR template. You can have administration template. What you always do regularly, week in, week out, you have to document it that you know it. This is good for your business. It can lead to something like business continuity. Let's say somebody is not around and you employ a new person. You just bring out the template and the person will be able to study it and fit into your culture within little time. That is number 1. Another thing is to become innovation-driven enterprise by combining technologies to meet specific business needs. It can be at input stage. Let's say marketing, for example, that you have to get customer into your business. Then you have to combine technologies, at least now AI and social media, minimum. There may be other technologies, but at internal process stage, you can have system thinking and automation. At the output stage, you can do just messaging app, messaging people that their order are coming, and combine something like quick commerce, like using dispatch riders to deliver to customers. Instead of relying on customers are coming to your business, you can go and use the tech startup culture of sending things to people through the quick commerce dispatch riders. They don't need to be on your office floor before you can make money. So all these things have to be put in place. Another one is being data-driven enterprise. We said it that data is the new oil. That even if you cannot do so much with it, you can do what is called institutional memory. What is institutional memory? That you have people record in your system that, let's say, Mr. A that actually meet the customer when the customer came on board is not available. Another person can deliver the same thing Mr. A deliver as if he knows the customer exactly, because all the customer needs were documented. So you are relating to the customer as if you have known him, and the customer will not know you are not the one that was on duty then. That you have all the customers' data already stored, what they buy, their names, their phone number, even their areas they come from. Let's say you are delivering to them, you are not asking for the address all over again. It's already in your system with their phone number coming in. You have their home. You can even say, are you ordering so something like you did the last time? And they will think you care for them, not knowing that it has been in your system, that if the person that attend to you are not around, somebody else is institutional memory. It's not human memory. It has been in your system. These are ways you can have tech startup culture in your tech-enabled businesses. Who says that your own internal tech infrastructure cannot be so sophisticated that you will start to use it for other businesses too, and it become a standalone business as a tech startup of its own? I believe we are learning something new tonight. Please help me write in the comment section that we are learning something new. Thank you for staying this far with us. Please, I've been saying it all this way that there are some things that I didn't say that you remind me. This is when you're supposed to remind me. But before you remind me, all this webinar organized tonight is because of a course that we want to present to you. This is about a particular course on entrepreneurship, tech-enabled businesses, and tech startup. The course is already pre-recorded, 25 videos. The course is already pre-recorded. On the board, you will see the facilitators writing, dishing out real-time knowledge. You can see what we are given tonight is worth the time if you will be truthful. Hardly will you go for webinar and they'll be dishing out knowledge like this. They cover it up. We have not been covering anything. The ones that I said remind me later, they are actually in this course. We are not going to say it tonight. When you order for the course, you will see all these things and even more. 25 pre-recorded video of like average of 20 minutes of knowledge filled videos. Entrepreneurship will be demystified. You see what we have done already, and we are just scratching the surface here. In that video, all we have learned tonight is not up to 2 videos of out of the 25 videos. When you get there, you'll be able to see it, how you decode the business dynamics behind tech startup. So it's for anybody in business that want to use tech to enhance their business. We are not talking about how to code. You don't need to know how to code. It is to know the business dynamics behind it, and you can employ the people to code, and you'll be able to monitor them that if they don't give you value from the knowledge that will be gained from this particular course, you'll be able to tell them that this is how to go about it, this is how to go about it, and they'll be wondering, how do you know? How do you know? Because it has been demystified what is MVP, minimum viable product, and everything is analyzed to the core in the course. I know the question that will be on our mind now is, how much is the cost? How much? Before I tell you how much, I want us to see what you are to gain from the course so that you will know if it's worth paying for or not. These are what you are going to gain from this course. Demystifying entrepreneurship and tech startup to their rudiment. Over 30 tech startup monetization strategy. We have talked about some earlier. There are over 30 monetization strategies. In the course alone, out of the 25 videos, 3 videos were dedicated to only monetization. 3 videos, because that is very important. You want to gain from your labor. So you need to know how to monetize. There are some that they don't started tech startup, but they don't know another way they can monetize. So you can see when we talked about the nature of tech startup too, that is not about the direct sales or gaining from the product you are. There are the derivative financial results that you are getting apart from the main good. Critical success factor of tech startup. We have learned some earlier. Some will also be learned. Tech startup cheat code used by global tech giants. You don't need to do laborious research before you know that something will be successful. Like the timing we talk about is very important in tech startup, and several other things that will point to what we really selling in the market, what has a future. To start a tech startup, that which industry, how do you go about it, is well explained in the course too. These are all other things to gain from that course. The greatest need of an entrepreneur, we have said it, the greatest need is not idea, is not passion. Timing is important, but timing is actually the subset of that thing. It's not opportunity like that. You will learn it in this course. Once you have it, then you are in market. So understanding the unique tech startup ecosystem, your own ecosystem, the ecosystem for your own is different from another tech startup, and the unique positioning for growth and profitability. Where are you going to position yourself in the market space that will make you to grow and have profitability is well defined in the course. So that is also there. Systematic step-by-step approach to launching and scaling tech startup is also there. Fundraising strategy and principle that work, they are also in that video. We tell you the pitfall to run away from when meeting investor, when you do pitching pitfall. The pitching format is also there. So these are things to gain from the course. The topic of the 25 videos will be posted in the comment section, so you can go through it. So take advantage of this course. How much is the course going for? I know that is what will be in our mind now. Let me tell you, there are organizations that do similar course, but not as detailed as is in the course. We have something connect. There is another one, founder something. So I don't want to actually mention their name. So course like this, the minimum it goes for is 250,000 naira. 250,000 naira. That is the least. But our team, we talked at length. How can we make this thing available for everybody, for tech-enabled businesses, that you don't need to know coding before you use tech to enhance your business and know the dynamics. And even if you are a tech guru, that you want to know the business dynamics, we want to make it available to everybody. So we fought over it and over it again. We want everybody to actually have a taste of this 50,000 naira. 50,000 naira. But despite that, 50,000 naira is the amount we are sending it now. The cost, and people are ordering it because of the value that is embedded in it. That what we have already even given is more than 50,000 naira. Despite that, tonight we are not going high as that. We are not going anything close to 50,000 naira. If you take advantage of ordering the course tonight between now and 12 a.m. 12 a.m. tonight. What are you saying? We should make it 10 in the morning, 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. One of my people are saying that we should make it 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. If you take advantage of it between now and 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, it's just 10,000 naira. 10,000. All we have learned tonight is not up to 2 videos out of 25. Please take advantage of it this very night, because you will say you want to wait till tomorrow morning, and there are issues with all this bank app and all those stuff. The account will be seen right now. This is the account details on the screen. 10,000 naira. Don't wait till tomorrow, 10 a.m. tomorrow. Don't wait. There might be issue with bank app, and in case you are using Zenith Bank, that is the company account, and if you are using GTB, we want to make it easier, because most people from experience, they will tell us they like GTB. I don't know why. We can confirm that somebody has already, they have started paying. Take advantage of it tonight. All you need to give us is your Gmail address. Will be onboarded on the course site. Send your payment details to the phone number written here. Send your payment details there and your Gmail address. Once you send your Gmail address, you'll be onboarded on the course site, and you will see every of the video, and there are even bonuses that I will show you. You will see it inside your Google Drive. It will be in your Google Drive forever. The only difference between this one and the people that are paying 250,000 is that this is even better. You have access to it anywhere you go on your phone. You can open the video put on your pod and you are listening to it. It will be in your Google Drive. Everything will be in your Google Drive. Then you can open to the course and watch it at your own leisure. And what you have learned tonight, if you apply it, you have gained something, even more than that 10,000 naira. And these are the bonuses. The first entry is 3 sample business plan. These are other bonuses that you can take advantage of. There is written proposal. All you need is to edit it. Let's say you have a proposal, just edit the industry, edit the name, and you submit it, the cost associated with it. Then you get your money. You don't need to disturb yourself about it. Compilation and address of 30 early stage startup investors in Nigeria. We have their name and their phone number, their offices. How you can get them is also in the package. There are other things that I don't state here because of our time. You have 3-month Telegram and WhatsApp mentorship, money back guarantee. Let's say you are not satisfied, you want your money back, no question. Within a month, you can get your 10,000 naira back within a month. These are the review from people that have gone through the course. The course is useful for almost everybody. This is their account details again. This is their account details. Take advantage of it tonight between now and 12 a.m. Don't wait. There might be network issue. We are already confirming that some people have started paying. So take advantage of it this very night, and you might even be busy. So as you are now, this is the account details. Just pick any of the account, just forward the account details to us and your Gmail address. You'll be onboarded on the course site. Thank you very much. Thank you for tonight. Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. Thank you for coming on board.